Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Travis Johnson. I'm going to be taking you on a Palo Alto configuration journey. Today this is video 3 in a series of videos, and today we're going to be managing firewall administrator accounts. So that is to say we're going to set up um, some administrator accounts on the firewall. We're going to also create some authentication accounts. So one of the accounts is going to authenticate through what's called the local database on the firewall. The other is going to authenticate through LDAP, and the other will authenticate through Radius. So let's begin. So first things first, I'm going to load pre-configured file. So this way, if I load this configuration, I won't have to go back and reconfigure the interfaces or the virtual router or any of that stuff. So um, it just makes the lab, recreating the lab, uh, recreating the lab a lot easier, a lot less tedious. Um, so again, essentially, this is going to be a pretty straightforward lab, um, and hopefully you guys will get something from it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a local database authentication profile. So we're going to go to authentication profile. We're going to call this the local database. All right, the type is going to be local, so we're going to select local database. As you can see right here, Radius is an option, LDAP, TACAC, SAML. But for this one, for this first profile, it's going to be local. We're going to go to advanced, and this is going to be for all users. So long story short, we could kind of drill down into particular users that we want to authenticate to this local database. But as for now, just for the purposes of this lab, we're going to create, um, we're going to add all users. So next, we're going to create a local user database account, which you can find here. And our first account is going to be admin Bob with our password. Okay. Okay. The first time that I entered in the password, the box was highlighted red because the passwords didn't match. So that's a way to for the system to let you know the passwords uh, don't match. So um, admin Bob has been created, and we can commit these changes. And I also forgot to create Bob's account, which will be linked to local database profile, and we'll commit that. Click OK there and commit those changes. Creating these accounts is pretty straightforward. It's In my opinion, it's super easy. But again, you're going to, in a production environment, you'll have administrators authenticating in various ways. And this is the way to allow them access into the system. So once this commits, we're going to test it just to confirm that Bob's account has been saved to the running config. So admin Bob. And if we set it up correctly, admin Bob's password credentials will work, which we're able to log in. So we can go here to the monitor logs, monitor tab. We can go either to the system logs, and we can see where Bob logged in there. So one down, two more to go. So the next account is going to be an LDAP authentication account, which again overall is pretty straightforward. Maybe because I've done this so many times, it seems pretty simple to me. But once you've done it enough times, you get the hang of it. It's not, it's not difficult. It's not, building rockets or anything of that sort. It's just allowing different admins through various authentication methods to log into the system. So, um, okay, we're logged back in, back to device. And next we're going to create the account. For the LDAP profile. So first things first, we're going to go to LDAP in the server profiles. Add LDAP server profile. And name is LDAP.panw. And this is our domain. So this is going to join to the AD server that we're running in this virtual environment, Active Directory server. So that's the domain that we're in, and that we have configured for this environment. The IP address is 50.89.192.168.50.89 on port 389. Add that. Create the server settings. TC W. Common name is admin. C equals panw. C equals lab. And guys, I'm just using the same password over and over again because it's a virtual environment. So obviously in production, you may not use the same password, especially a simple password. But again, for purposes of this lab, it's not going to hurt anything. And we don't want SSL SSL connection required. So that profile has been created. Then we're going to go to our authentication profile. Just as we did the local database, this is going to be named after what it pertains to. LDAP server profile. Allowed as we did previously. Again, you see where we could have just allowed Bob to authenticate via LDAP, but again, we're going to select all for the purposes of this lab. And we're going to go to our administrators, create the account. This one is for admin Sally. Authentication profile. It's going to be the LDAP profile. And select OK. I'm going to commit this. And once that commits, and now that's complete, we will test it by logging out and verifying that admin Sally's account has been properly configured. And so if we go over to our monitor tab, system logs, we can see user admin Sally from the web UI logged in. And obviously, um, we logged in with Sally's credentials, so that's proof as well. But I also like to verify just looking at the logs. It's not needed, but it's probably more habit than anything. And last but not least, we're going to create a Radius account. Go to Radius. We're going to create our server profile here, which is going to be named Radius Server Profile. And it's smart to be descriptive as it relates to creating these profiles, because it's it makes life easier reading um, and self-explanatory. It makes life easier, and things are more self-explanatory when you get into the habit of naming things that tend to be self-explanatory. So I think, in my opinion, it's just best practice. Here, the authentication protocol will be CHAP, and again, this is our domain, panw.lab. This radius is a part of. Our server is located at 192.168.50.150. Secret. It's whatever you choose. Again, I picked for lab environments, I pick simple passwords that I can easily remember. Um, but in production environment, I would not use chat, by the way, guys. So just be aware. But again, for the purposes of this lab and easy setup, um, you know, we like to choose the things that are kind of tend to be easy, so as not to overcomplicate um, our setup. So this is going to be a radius authentication profile. Radius server profile. I don't believe we'll need. So let's see. Authentication profile and allow all. And just to make sure, type is radius, of course. All right. Everything looks good there. Okay. So next we're going to create an administrator account for the administrator that's going to be logging into that particular um, via that method. So we're going to go admin Helga, join her to the authentication, radius authentication. Click OK, click commit. And once that is has successfully committed, um, as we did in previous account setups, we will test to verify that we're able to log in um, with Helga's credentials, and that will be it. Let's go to task menu, task manager. Let's go there. Let's log out, log back in, admin, Helga, password, Alto, and that one looks good. Let's take a look. Head on over to the monitor tab, take a look. And there we have it. Authentication successful. And we can see all the previous login attempts, time, date, method, the event, or type rather, and the object associated with it. All right. Thank you guys for your time. This is the end of this video, and look forward to seeing you in the next one.